Tell me one thing which you have in common.
Very little, unfortunately.
But no, you see, he had an orchestra, you have an orchestra,
Yes.
he was a violinist, you are a violinist,
But he
and
composed.
he was a composer. Well,
Yes.
this is the difference. But now, as you perform in, let's say, 3 different ways, what do you find difference? First, you have your orchestra, which accompanies you playing violin concerto. Secondly, you might have a conductor which accompanies you and from whom you know he will accompany you in the mood, in the spirit of the work. And might be you're not so lucky with somebody who just does the contrary. So how do you feel the difference in those 3?
Well, I look for the greatest harmony, the greatest inspiration when I have the conductor, like you or a great conductor, who not only accompanies but contributes with his own thoughts, and not necessarily the very same ones, because different thoughts, different conceptions can lead to even more interesting and exciting performances. Then I'm quite happy and I don't want anything else. On the other hand, there is something to be said for having the full responsibility of a great work of music, even if one does not live up to that responsibility, because I know I have very little experience as a conductor. But I feel that it's a liberation in many ways from the years spent concentrated on a narrow fingerboard.
Now, because you say that, I have heard a rehearsal which you conducted in Paris, and you did a 4th Schumann symphony. Now, being confronted with an orchestra which is, of course, much bigger than the one you used to conduct, what is your feeling? Is it something different, or is it part of yourself?
Well, I haven't had that much experience that I can pretend that it is automatic, that it is absolutely as automatic as, say, it is with you, where it appears to be only an extension of your hand.
Of your hand, yes.
Exactly. But nonetheless, when one shares with the musicians a common conception, yes, if they seem to be convinced and they feel the same way as you would like them to feel, yes, then something can still happen even in the hands of as inexperienced a conductor as I am.
Do you feel that, I was only assisting the first rehearsal, that in the other rehearsal you got more together? And
oh, yes, yes, very much so. There is something extraordinary about a body of musicians who have played together a great deal. Of course, even more extraordinary if they have been trained by one man, like the Berlin Philharmonic, your Berlin Philharmonic. But already an orchestra that is wedded together, yes, has a character, a personality, a reaction which is quite its own. It is no more the reaction of a single section or of one man.
Yes, but what I wanted to say is, if you are confronted with an orchestra which has a very firm mind and a molded mind of the work which is playing, like, yes, let's say, the Berlin on this symphony or, yes, on a Beethoven symphony, do you feel it's more difficult to get your will imposed on it? Or
yes, in some ways it's more difficult, in other ways it's easier. It's easier in that you have an already completed performance where the details have been attended to, where not only the details but the conception. Now, if the conception is somewhat different from one's own, even in a small way, then of course you have to persuade the orchestra. But I did not find that at all difficult with the Berlin.